Calgary Frocktails is this weekend, and in spite of having a closet completely jam-packed with special occasion wear, I had to sew something new. In this video, I'm going to show you my Frocktails outfit. Everything from my top and skirt to the shoes that I'm planning to wear. Hello, sewing friends. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. I truly appreciate it. Calgary Frocktails is this weekend. And in this video, I will show you what I have sewn and I am going to wear and how I'm planning to style my outfit with shoes and with jewelry. Although I'll probably change my mind about jewelry. I tend to do that at the last minute. There are chapter links down below, so if you would like to skip forward or back, you can. I will very briefly tell you my Frocktails story. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you may have heard this before, so I'm just going to be really quick. When I lived in Atlanta, I went to Frocktails in 2019, had a fabulous time. In 2022, I flew to Edinburgh, Scotland, and went to the Sew Over 50 Frocktails, which was fabulous, and I recorded a video about it. It's linked up here. After Edinburgh Frocktails, I came back to Calgary and I said to myself, you have to find a way to bring people together here in Calgary. There was such a wonderful sense of community and warmth and kindness in the room at both Frocktails that I attended. And I really wanted to find that here in my local community where I now live. Needless to say, I found a group of people who felt the same way, and we are now on year 3 of Calgary Frocktails. And this year, I'll say, I am feeling a lot calmer than I have the previous 2 years. The committee that puts together Frocktails is just doing a fabulous job, so I'm feeling pretty relaxed, pretty comfortable as we go into Frocktails weekend. In fact, so comfortable that I had my outfit sewn 3 weeks ago, maybe? In previous years, well, in most years, I have sewn things particularly for Frocktails. I'm going to just pop up pictures of, I'll slide over here, and pop up pictures of what I've worn to previous Frocktails. Now, what I wore last year, I was not very happy with, and I've recorded one whining video and one recreation video about that outfit, which I will link up here and up here. This year, I thought, I'm not going to make something like a dress that isn't going to be worn again. My closet's full of dresses. I bet your closets are full of dresses and special occasion wear too, and we don't wear them that often. There was nothing I really loved and wanted to wear again. I decided this year to make a skirt and a top, because a skirt and a top, they're both so much more versatile, and I know I will get a lot more use out of 2 pieces than I would out of a dress. As you may have guessed, I am wearing what I made. Top and skirt. You'll see both in a second. I dug through my stash and I found a couple of patterns that fit my vision. How many of you are like me and you get an idea in your mind and you know exactly what you want, and then it's just a matter of digging through your stash to find a pattern that fits and looking for fabric that will just perfectly recreate the design that you have in your head? That's what happened here. I went through my patterns and very quickly found a top pattern that I wanted to use. It's one I've used before, New Look 6673. And I used this last year, link it up here. Love this pattern because it's a very simple, elegant shaped top, I think, that has a peplum that doesn't have a lot of gathering. So it just looks sleek and clean lined. So I pulled out that pattern, and then I had a vision for a skirt. I'm feeling a little bit extra fluffy these days. So I wanted a skirt that wasn't going to have any gathers or pleats, something that would just drape nicely. And I also knew I wanted a yoke because often with a yoke, you don't wind up with any gathers or anything that can kind of add bumps if you're wearing a close-fitting top. Went through my pattern stash and found one that fit the bill perfectly. Another New Look pattern. Interestingly, it has the same model on it. It's the other one. New Look 6668. That's this skirt. This skirt has the yoke. It happens to have an elastic waist. I would have been perfectly happy to put in a zipper and a waistband, but it has a yoke, which I really wanted. And the skirt is quite full and drapey. And the other thing it has that I very much like is the faced hem. And the faced hem is quite deep. And that turned out to be a really great option for my skirt. My patterns, went and looked for fabric, and I found what I wanted at a relatively new store here in Calgary. It's called Marshall Fabrics. It's a small Canadian chain. I think they're in Edmonton, Lethbridge, Winnipeg, and Calgary. I found this fabric for the top, and now it was marked as shirting, but I'm not sure if it's shirting. It has a little bit of a texture, and it's a bit stiff, but I love the colors, and I thought it would be just fine for this top. Then for the skirt, I picked up some suiting. The suiting, the fabric felt very smooth and sleek, and I just thought it would really drape nicely, and it did. Sewed up everything. Super quick makes. I've used the top pattern before, so I knew how it went together, and I had already adjusted the pattern. And the skirt, because it has an elastic waist, was very easy to make in my size. The outfit looks very much like I thought that it would. The top fabric is certainly stiffer than the top fabric I used the first time I used this pattern. So it sticks out a little bit at the peplum, which I think is still absolutely fine. For something like Frocktails, it's always fun to try to pull together the whole outfit. So I will do something nice with my hair and my makeup, and I'll pick the right jewelry. Got my nails done already, got the outfit. And the only thing I always struggle with is shoes. When I was young, I used to wear 3 and 4 inch heels all day as either a bank teller or as a cocktail waitress. But as I've gotten older, my feet just can't handle high heels. And I love high heels. I've walked a lot of miles on these feet, so my forefoot is broad, my heel is narrow, I have a high instep, and I've got a couple of pinky toes that just love to stick out so they get rubbed all the time. Last year for Frocktails, I wore leather trainers with my dress. This year, I have actual Frocktails shoes. A while ago, a company named COSY Island reached out to me and asked me if they could send me some shoes. So I took a look at their catalog, and I saw these shoes, and I thought, those are perfect for Frocktails. I think you'll understand why when you see them. They're shiny. They're silver. COSY Island makes their shoes from recycled plastic bottles. I got these high-heeled, I think it's 2 3/4 inch heel shoes to wear for Frocktails. And before I describe them, I'm going to tell you that I've worn them a few times, but most recently I wore them for 5 hours when I was sewing the other day, up and down from the sewing machine to the ironing board to the cutting table. Didn't take them off. They were perfectly comfortable. Now, the shoe, as I said, it's got quite a high heel, but the heel is very sturdy. Rubber cap on the end of the heel. The soles are rubber, so they won't slip. They're not going to get stained like leather soles. The insole, the entire insole is padded. Kind of squishy. Feels really nice on your foot. The upper is knit. So underneath all these sparkly diamantes, this is knit fabric. That means that the shoes are breathable. Feet get hot, it's not comfortable. These shoes are breathable, but the knit makes the shoes kind of mold to your foot. So where I have the little pinky toe that sticks out all the time, the fabric has give for that little toe. So these are my Frocktails shoes. I'm actually really looking forward to wearing high heels for several hours at Frocktails. COSY Island sent me another pair of shoes to try, and these ones aren't quite as fancy, but they're still much dressier than anything I've been wearing lately. These shoes, slingbacks, and these are, I'm assuming it's a faux leather. The heel is shorter and squatter, so a little bit more stable for those of you who don't like high heels. There is an actual working buckle for the slingback and pretty shiny tweed with a little bit of fringe on it, just like your French jacket, and a tiny bit of sparkle to it. And it has the same heel cap, sole, and very soft and comfortable insole. And again, they're going to stretch for your toes or whatever you've got going on. These will be worn with jeans. I've got some dresses that are navy. I've got some navy pants. I think they'd be lovely for going out for lunch, going out for dinner, to a show. Maybe having nice shoes will be the excuse I need for us to actually go somewhere other than the pub for dinner. Overall, I am pretty impressed with my COSY Island shoes. They're eco-friendly, they're comfortable, the fabric breathes, and it's a knit. The shoes with heels are super stable, but if you don't like heels, they've got several different styles that are not heels. There's a link down below to their catalog, so take a look. And if you decide you want to give them a try, don't forget to take advantage of the 10% discount code that is down below in the description. Apparently, I'm all set for Frocktails now. I have my outfit, I have my shoes, my nails are done. Actually, I picked this color to match the top. I will probably wear silver jewelry just because it would go best with my shoes. And I'll try to do something nice with my hair and my makeup. We'll see how well that goes over. I'm so looking forward to seeing everyone at Frocktails. We're expecting 115 people this year, and our theme is sparkle, whether that's inner sparkle or outer sparkle. And people are always so creative in how they interpret the theme. Personally, I'm really glad that I went with a top and a skirt this year. The top goes with a bunch of different things. It'll be super easy to pack when we go away. Pack one skirt and 2 or 3 tops. And this top, I think, will go great with jeans, with pants. I've got a jacket it'll go nicely underneath. So a little more versatility. Things that will be in regular rotation instead of hanging around waiting for the day when King Charles comes over and invites us to a ball. Are you going to a Frocktails this year? If you are, what are you planning to make or wear? If you're not going to a Frocktails, what would you wear or make if you did go to Frocktails? For some people, it's an opportunity to make that fabulous ball gown and wear it somewhere where it will be appreciated. And for other people, it's a chance to make a really great pair of jeans that you're going to wear all the time. Do you have any thoughts on that? If you have any ideas or dreams, I would love to hear about them. I will share some pictures of Frocktails in the next couple of weeks after the dust has settled. As always, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope everything is great in your world, and I will see you again soon.